Just parked at the gas station. Yeah, so it's a little sunny here down south. That's why I got the sunglasses on, even though it's early in the morning. I guess it's not super early. Was it like it's probably almost 10 now? What time is it? Yeah, it's almost 10. But if the link works, it's been very tricky with the lives the last week or something. Um, so yeah, if the link works, Josh is gonna hop on. Um, oh, I thought they got me. I thought they got me. But not this time. Not this time. Um, yeah. So doing. I don't know if it's the pre-lift live because I don't think I'm gonna lift after this. I did a little tiny workout this morning. Super short workout. I did there's some small dumbbells at the house, so I did some dumbbell curls and a whole bunch of stuff like that. Um, but yeah. Also, too, let me know if you guys are watching. I'm using it's not Wi-Fi, so should have decent service, so we shouldn't drop the live. But if it starts to drop, we're probably going to end it. But I think we should be good since it hasn't dropped so far. Um, what this live, we can talk about pretty much anything, you know. Um, Preferably arm wrestling stuff. Let's see. I think that means Viking says cheers. Good morning. What's up, man? Thanks for watching. What's up, Drew? Long time no see. Thanks for hopping on. If you guys got any arm wrestling questions, let me know. Um, I saw a video, but it wasn't able to load on YouTube. I can't remember who it was. Yep. Josh says no link. So I don't know what it's doing because I went back, it deleted it, it turned the link into the into the title, and then when I went live, right before I went live, it was there. But let's see. Just checking some of these comments. Joseph says, good morning from Guam. Good morning, man. What's up? I don't know how to say that name. We'll say no for short. And Hannah with a $2 super chat. Thank you very much. That's awesome. That's greatly appreciated. So maybe you got a question, Hannah. Maybe you got any arm wrestling questions. Maybe this is your first time hearing about arm wrestling. Maybe you're a big fan of arm wrestling. But if you like arm wrestling, maybe even powerlifting. I used to be a powerlifter before I was an arm wrestler. So maybe you got some questions. Drew says I'm sleepy though. Yeah, man, you probably been up for like 2 days. You never sleep. Brian Jones, what's up, man? Hannah says, how old are you? Somewhere between 30 and 32. I gotta double check the birth dates. Somewhere between 30 and 32. I gotta double check, but somewhere in there. Let's see, 9,000 says Dan. So maybe that's old to him. Maybe it's not. That's funny. Well, should be good. Um, oh, Hannah wants to know the address, and the message was taken down by one of our hammers in the chats, aka our moderators. But the address is for teammates, people I train. So if you're interested in coaching, if you're I'm a strength coach, personal trainer. If you're interested in coaching, um, I'm not sure if my Facebook is in the description. If it's not, it's Nic Stone. Shoot me a message on Facebook or Instagram _Team Stone. If you're interested in coaching, in person, online, if you want to get stronger, faster, maybe even a little better looking, then you're gonna want to train with me. So let's see. I don't know how to say that name. Let's say AZ for short. It says hi. What's up, man? Let's see. Josh put the link to the Facebook right there. I appreciate that, Josh. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the YouTube because I put the Facebook in there, I put the Instagram, I put the hashtags, and I don't know what it looks like right now. The link was in there before I went live. I went back and fixed it after it glitched, but for some reason it's being weird. Let's see. Brian says Carolyn has been promoting the hell out of the team on her Instagram, bro. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. I definitely appreciate that from Carolyn. I know she's busy, so I appreciate her taking time out of her day to help us out and spread the word of Team Stone and everything arm wrestling strength related. So that's awesome. That's awesome. Let's see. Let's call this guy '07 for sure. Short. He says, "Hi, Turkey bro, sir." So he must be from Turkey. And I tell you what, if you're from Turkey, there's probably a good chance that you're a fan of arm wrestling because I know there's some pretty good arm wrestlers over there in Turkey. Well, let's see. How many? I can't see with my phone right now, but how many people we got in the chat? We have a good amount of people in the chat. We got I know we got all our cool people, all our regulars, all our friends are in the chat, except for some of the regulars. But they'll be here. They'll be here. How is how's the video quality? Is it blurry or is it not too bad? Brian says there's 5 as of right now. Oh, very nice, very nice. I appreciate you 5 people watching and hanging out. It definitely helps out a lot. Um, oh, that's what I was saying before. I saw something about it's official, but I went to go watched the video, but it didn't load. I'm guessing it's something with Devin and shoot, I forgot what's a tall Russian's name. Vitaly. I'm guessing um, that match might be locked in. Josh says the camera quality is good. Oh, good. Vitaly. Oh, I appreciate that. For some reason, I was blanking on that name. I almost said Vovoda. I almost mixed it up with the other Russian. But did anyone hear anything about that? Is that match locked in now? Did anyone hear anything about that? Um, because if that's true, that'd be cool. That would definitely be cool. Let's see. Brian says, all I care about is. So I don't even know how to say. I don't know how to say this name, Brian. Ayane Takaneke has a match at the next East versus West. That's a Japanese puller, right? Or no? I think that's a Japanese puller. I think. Josh says I'm not going to comment on it because I watched the podcast, but my brain is mush. That happens sometimes when you watch the old podcast. You know, sometimes it fries your brains, but that's what the people like. That's what the people like. Brian says, yeah. So that was the Japanese female puller. I think I know what you're talking about. I'm pretty sure I know what you're talking about. Um, I mix up a lot of the names, especially when I can't pronounce them right. But I might actually have met Ayane. I think if I'm not wrong. Well, what are you gonna do? Oh, Laurel says good morning. Good morning, Laurel. Thanks for hopping on. We tried to get Josh on, but YouTube is being weird. But it's only a matter of time before we figure it out, or it fixes itself. That would be nice. But I read that comment before you deleted it, but it was. I appreciate you getting rid of that one because people might ask them, might get the wrong ideas. Laurel says thank you, absolutely. And then Brian says you met her and didn't get me an autograph? Exclamation point, question mark. I tried, man. There's a little bit of a language barrier. The only Japanese I know was from that song. It's that song. I think I'm going Japanese or something, or That robot song, maybe. Domo Arigato. I tried saying that to her, but it didn't translate to autograph. Josh says trolls be trolling. Yep, trolls be trolling. But you know what is the trolls' biggest weakness? The hammers. Once the hammers drop on them, they got no defense. But it's fun. It's fun. Let's see. Brian says, you say that after the autograph means thank you very much, LO. Yeah, I was wondering why she was giving me a weird look all the time, you know? But next time, next time. Yep, Josh says his big ass hammer. Sometimes it drops. You can't do nothing about it. Yep, don't worry, Josh. I read that typo. I'm pretty good with the typos. Maybe it was autocorrect. Just so used to doing those purple ones instead of the hammer ones. Let's see. Call this guy Ty. He's got some monsters. He got 3 monster heads in the. So that, it's something. Appreciate that. Well, let's see. Remember, guys, to hit the like button. Definitely helps out the channel. Hit the like button. Um, feel free to share any of the videos. That'd be greatly appreciated. Josh said it was no typo. Oh, yeah, take the good with the bad. Laurel says, did he get good rest? I got pretty good rest. Pretty good. But try to get to. I gotta see what's going on with all the family stuff down here. But I'm gonna see if what time I can get down to the gym. Um, if not, there's like a. I can't make it down there. I know there's like a little, uh, you know, community condo thing gym that I can use. Josh says, let's go, y'all. Hit that thumbs up. Definitely hit that thumbs up. And if you're feeling real crazy, hit the thumbs up, unhit it, and then hit it a second time if you're feeling real crazy. um, what? Brian says, weather looks good, bro. It's definitely nice. It's definitely nice. Well, except for that guy, there's a fire going on, I guess. Fire truck. But there's a lot of action over here near this gas station. Sailor says, hey, it looks warm over there. It definitely is. Definitely is warm. No hoodie. Usually I wear 2 up there. That's no hoodie. T-shirts and the shorts. It's nice. It's nice. Josh says that's spicy, very spicy. Brian says windy AF here still. Yeah, man, I bet it's nice, and I bet it's a pleasant wind, right? It's a nice wind. It's not the wind that goes right to your bones, right? But Sailor says it's a nice 42 here currently. It's probably it's got to be like at least 60, 65 here at least. Um, that'd be my guess, 60, 65. Brian says, nah, it's bone wind. That's the worst type of wind. A bone wind. I'm curious, if has anyone else tried to go live or anything like that and had similar problems like the ones we've been having with the link? I've not been able to get the link. Have people join. If I try to text it to people, when I leave YouTube, it closes the YouTube app. Then I have to redo it again and make a new link. So that tends to not work. The way that was working after that was I was putting a link in the description, but now it's getting all jammed up, and I don't even know. It's like doing some weird stuff. So I wonder if anyone else has ever experienced anything like that, or maybe it's just me, because I might have like a magnetic field, a natural magnetic field that messes up the electronics. So Josh says, I want to go live, but I don't know what to go live about, Hey, man, I say just go live and see what happens. Maybe the people in your live, the chats, will have some good questions, some good topics. If not, you have fun with the trolls. Yeah, man, if you can go live, I say it's definitely worth a shot. That being said, make sure you check out Josh's channel, that Camera Guy 98. Bunch of good videos over there, high quality. So Sailor says, I was going to go live on Sunday and do a workout with Brian, seeing as our coach is on vacation, but I don't know. We'll see how the live goes. Yeah, it happens. It happens. The coach goes on vacation once in a while. Um, if it makes you feel better, I'm doing a lot of stuff down here for the family. If that makes you feel better, so I'm still working hard. So if that makes you feel better, but I say you should do the live, try it out, because I know there's probably at least a couple people in here that would definitely like to see that. Um, I also think you should try to do a live with Lucky. Um, I think you'd be, I think you'd be great on that live, or even have her on your live as a guest. That would be, I think that'd be a good idea. So let's see. Fragger says, "Hey yo, man, how are you? I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. How are you? Doing the old live here. I don't know if I'm gonna lift after. We're gonna see what's going on, but we're gonna do something. I did a little light workout this morning, super early, but let's see. Josh put the link to YouTube. I think that is his channel. I think. So check that out. Sailor says family games. Then she says live with Lucky is definitely top of the list. Yeah, that'd be a cool one. That would be real cool. And World says, Sailor, can I follow you? I definitely recommend you do. You know, she's got a lot of cool videos out there. She's I think now she's being more active with videos, so there'll be a lot more stuff on there. But definitely, yeah, definitely follow Sailor, Brian too. You know, they'll be posting stuff together, different stuff, but also some stuff together. I would think since they are husband and wife. But we will see when they start posting stuff. Um, Josh says that's the video of Nick pulling at my practice. Oh, that's a good video. That's definitely a good video. So if you want to see the field trip down to the Jersey Boys, aka Sean Latimer's practice, Sean Latimer and the Jersey Boys, that's a pretty good name. You guys should think about having a team vote down in Jersey. Maybe you can call your team Latimer and the Jersey Boys, but you have to have a team vote. You know, I know where my vote's going. Sailor says, absolutely. You can see my early morning training stuff and my cat, LO. Definitely going to start posting more arm wrestling stuff. That's good. That's good. It's about time. It's about time. Because if people want to see it, you know, I think it would be good for the sport, but also, you know, the more ladies there are, I think that's good for the sport, for the females, but also for the sport in as a whole. Well, Josh says, LOL, you should definitely say that to him, LOL. I just might. I just might. Yep. I think he'll like it. I think he'll like it a lot. I think he'll like it so much that he'll bypass the votes of the team and just automatically change the name. But that's good. That's good. Good, clean fun. It's fun for the whole family. Just says, that. Definitely is. But maybe people in the chat have a better name for the Jersey team. You know, maybe there's some more ideas for the Jersey team down there. Let's see. Sailor says, me and Carolyn are currently trying to go toe to toe with dumbbell hammer curls. She's up to 40. She's up to 30 pounds. Well, hold on, I'm messing up. She's up to 30 pounds, and I told her, I think she means I'm shooting for that 40 pounds. That's definitely a good goal. That's definitely a good goal. We'll have a race to whoever gets the 40 first. And you guys, now maybe we should clarify the rules. Is this a single? Are you going for a single rep, or is that weight with reps? You know what I mean? Is that like a set of 8? Are you going for like a set of 8? You going for a heavy single? Maybe you should set some ground rules to the old race to the 40 pounders. So Josh says y'all should do dueling shorts against each other as friends. Woman on woman positivity. Yeah, absolutely. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. That would definitely be a good idea. That would definitely be a good idea. Sailor says multiple reps for sure, at least 6. All right, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Also, too, maybe is it at the beginning of a workout or is it at the end of the workout? Because we tend to do the table curls at the almost very end of the workout. I mean, that could make a little difference, but I guess I'm just thinking out loud. But Josh says, like shorts, the videos. Yeah, people definitely like the shorts. They like the short videos because they got what's it called? The gnat attention spans, the attention spans of a gnat. But it's good, definitely good. So it says, great idea, Josh. She's already got some stuff going on Instagram. She's collaborated a reel with me. So maybe we could transfer that to the YouTube. Yeah, definitely. There's definitely got to be a way. Um, I don't know if YouTube and Instagram are linked up. Like if you post, well, there's definitely got to be a way. Brian says we'll be dusting off the 45 pounds. I'll have soon, apparently. That's what I'm talking about. 45 pounds. That's definitely nice. That's definitely a good curl, good table curl. Josh says to Sailor, yes, do it. Definitely do the videos. Definitely be good. And then Josh says they both are meta. I don't even think I know what meta means. Does it mean like mega or something? Does it mean awesome? All right, it's beginning. Sailor says she's going to message Carolyn later, and it's beginning. So you guys will be seeing a lot more of Sailor and Carolyn, which is good. Oh, I see. That makes sense. Sailor says no, they are both owned by Meta. And Josh says Meta owns Facebook and Instagram. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Because I know I've definitely heard that word before, but now I know what it means. Josh says so you can link the accounts. Okay, that's cool. So just post on one and a post on both kind of thing. That's definitely a good time saver. Definitely is. Um, let's see. Let's see. There's a tournament coming up in Connecticut. Fistful of dollars. I definitely recommend check out that tournament. It's going to be a good time. I know Joey's putting in a lot of hard work to make this tournament good. It's also a money tournament, so if you win some money. So Sailor says, I actually am pissed at Meta right now. They wouldn't let me make a Facebook account. My security was too strong, so they banned me. Ah, that's no fun. That's no fun. What do they want your they want your ID and all that stuff? They want you like a picture of your ID and all that crazy stuff. So Brian says, did you tell Lydia about the tournament, Sailor? That is a good question, Brian. Sailor, did you tell Lydia there's a tournament in Connecticut? What? That is a good question. So let's see. Sailor says, Joey still hasn't given me the rules. Going to have to get there early, I guess. All right, you should probably get on them. Maybe, I mean, it's not the end of the world, but it would definitely be better if you know the rules. You can kind of prepare for them. You know, especially since you are refereeing. But there's still time. There's still time. We'll get them over to you. We'll get the rules over to you. So it says I'll message her too, but I'm sure she knows. Yeah, they're all the Tupper family. They're all over the place in the arm wrestling world, so that's good. So Sailor says they want my blood type and access to all of my personal information. They can kick rocks. They want your blood type? That doesn't make sense to me. That's crazy. They want your blood type. Like, do you have to give an actual sample of your blood? You know what I mean? Like, that's interesting. That's pretty crazy. Josh says, "Hey Sailor, if you want to get ref certified, I can send you a link to Hancock's site for certification if you want." Yeah, that's definitely cool. Brian says, "I'll message Chief in the group text about it." Brian, you are probably better off directly messaging Chief. Um, Chief is at the age where he doesn't like the technology, so you're probably better off shooting him a direct text message, or maybe what would be better, a phone call. He likes the phone calls better than the text messages. If you don't have his number, you should have his number because it's in the group chat. You know what I mean? You just it's the same number, but I think you're better off just shooting him a direct message. Because he's got you know, he was born before all this stuff. Well, that's why he's the high chief. So I guess I'll message Joey too. Lots of messages to send today. Definitely true. It's a good thumb workout. All those typing. Santa says yes, Josh, to the ref certification. So let's begin. And Brian says she's trolling. Then she says, no, I'm messing with you. They just want more than I'm willing to let them have on my personal info. Yeah, I feel you. What was it that one time when like Facebook closed down and they got everyone to send them their license, like a picture of their license, and like holding the license up with a picture of them, and I don't know. They didn't get me though, but they got a lot of people. Brian says they want us to relinquish our firstborn son. LO. I bet some days you're tempted to trade him, but most days you probably want to keep him. Well, that's good. That's good. Um, yeah. Let's see. So Brian says if they want to feed him, lol. Yep, that's the catch. That's the catch. That's where they always draw the line. Santa says, OMG, we're going to go broke feeding this child. That's tough out there. That's tough out there. But remember, there's always, roadkill on the side of the road. Maybe, if you see a raccoon or something, I'm sure that's something he'd eat, you know, if you cook it up right. Turn it into raccoon nuggets kind of thing. And Sailor says he's never not hungry. So yeah, keep that raccoon, that roadkill idea, you know what I mean? There might be some deers or something. That could hold them over for a little bit, a day or two. Sailor says roadkill is great. I just won't tell him. Yeah, he'll never know as long as he doesn't watch this live stream. He will never know. I'll keep it a secret as long as he doesn't watch this live. Roadkill is on the menu. The funny thing is I was growing up, I knew a family that seriously, they would get extremely excited when they saw a roadkill, um, and they would make, they'd eat it. If they saw it, they'd pull over, pick it up, and they'd cook it up and eat it. Pretty much anything. I mean, raccoons, deers, I'm sure even possums. Um, but there's people out there like that. Nothing wrong with it as long as the meat is still good, I guess. But I guess it depends on how you cook it. So Josh says armfighter.com to Sailor. That must be, is that where the link is to the ref is? That must be where the link is to the referee. Um, Speaking now, since we're on referees, I got a question for you guys. What do you, let's see, how would you clarify the best referee for arm wrestling? Like, their style, characteristics. Um, you know, because I think the best referee is someone that does their job, but also is rarely the center of attention, if that makes sense. Um, keeps the show on the arm wrestlers and not about how good of a referee they are, if that makes sense. Um, yeah, it's tricky. It's tricky. Josh says strict rules, no question asked. Yeah, I like when rules are set in stone. I don't like it when there could be a foul, but it's not a foul because of whatever. Yeah, I like it when just make it nice and easy. A foul is a foul. If there's no foul, there's no foul. What? Let's see. Sailor says, I like the ref from Arm Wars. He's straight, no bullshit, but no center of attention. And Sailor says, I don't know his name. The only referee I know right now that refed on the Arm Wars was Paul Maiden, but I'm sure they had a whole bunch of different referees. I know Paul Maiden was a referee for some of them. Oh, then Sales says he's bald. I don't think that's Paul Maiden then. So he's got hair. So that limits it down. At least it limits it down to about 50% of the arm wrestling community bald. I'm not sure bald, but yeah, I like the arm wars too. It's always very entertaining. Brian says letting me cheat gets you brownie points to any ref out there listening. Definitely true. Definitely true. And those brownie points better be paid with actual brownies. Otherwise, people will be disappointed. Josh says, yeah, sounds Welsh. The old Welsh. Brian says, Histro, I think. Maybe. I can't remember. I can't even remember arm wrestler's name. And now I got to remember referees' names. Sailor says, Brian, keep your damn elbow down. And Brian says, he's pulling me off the pad. That's a tricky spot right there. I feel sorry for anyone that has to referee someone like that. Let's see. How to says, yo, big dog, what's up, man? Appreciate you hopping on. I think this is the first time you hopped on. So, if you don't know, this is an arm wrestling channel. We talk about arm wrestling stuff. Maybe you got some arm wrestling questions. Maybe you're a fan. Maybe this is your first time. Well, feel free to ask some arm wrestling questions. We're talking about referees at the moment. So How To says, I watch East versus West. Oh, very cool. Very cool. So you're an arm wrestling fan. Who is your favorite arm wrestler? Who's your favorite arm wrestler? And why are they your favorite arm wrestler? Well, East versus West definitely puts on a good show. They got, you know, some of the best guys in the arm wrestling world on one stage. How To says Devin is a fan favorite. Definitely is. Definitely is. Devin does a lot of stuff for the sport, brings in a lot of people, so that's good. And How To says, but Levon is leagues above, sadly. Um, I could. I mean, he's definitely a level above. I wouldn't say it's sad though, because somebody's got to get him eventually. Somebody's got to get him. It's only a matter of time. Even if and even if it's not a person, it's probably going to be time. It might be time that just gets him. Ivan he's incredibly powerful. He's I don't think people realize how technically skilled he is. He's a very, very skilled arm wrestler. Um, I mean, the matches that I've seen him do, I don't think I've seen maybe one mistake, and um, he was able to. Shouldn't even say mistake, but one opening he left, where stopped him in the center. I don't know if that was really a mistake, but on Levon's part, Devin could have definitely been that strong. But that second round, Levon made adjustments. So it shows how smart he is on the table. And with the match with Hermes, I think from that, set off a new stage in Levon. He's super strong, good on the table, but also I think he's in much, much better shape. Let's see. How to says Levon played with Devin. Um, some rounds, he did, but there was one round where he was definitely not playing. He made a commitment to go into that press, that flop press, and if he didn't get that pin, that would have been a really tough spot for him. But that's what makes it fun. That's what makes it fun. So let's see. Sailor says, let's talk about Mendogas getting body shamed. Poor Mindy. They're saying he doesn't look strong, but obviously he's a beast in sheep's clothing. He's my favorite arm wrestler. Definitely, yeah, he's definitely a beast. Um, Arm wrestling is one of those sports where looks don't really matter sometimes. I mean, a lot of times it does. If you're big, you might be strong, but sometimes you could look like a somebody that works in the office, works in the HR department, but is actually a monster. Let's see. So it says other than Nic Stone. Oh, I was waiting for that. I appreciate that. I was like, oh man. Well, I appreciate that. I needed that today. Brian says, oh, he's probably set the whole thing up himself. He's so fucking diabolical. He could be. He could be. People are talking about it. So he could have. Well, all right, guys. I'm going to hop off in 5 minutes or something like that. So if you guys have any final questions, let me know. I'm not sure about any other videos today. We're gonna we're gonna try though. We're gonna see what we got for time. Um, Brian says, "Well, Sailor was my favorite arm wrestler, but she just fucked that up." LOL. So let's see. Sailor says, "All right. Well, thanks for gracing us with a live while you're on vacation. Enjoy." Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. That's nice of you. Yeah, we had to keep the streak going. We had to keep the streak going. The old live stream streak. I don't think I missed a day in at least a month. I don't think. Sailor says, "Poor Brian." So let's call this guy strong. He says, if Yoshinabo Kanai pulled against Matt, who win? That's interesting. That's very interesting. I'm going to go Matt Mask, even though very interesting match. I would go Matt Mask right now. But that's a good question. That's definitely a good question. But yeah, let's say Matt. I mean, I don't think it'd be easy. I think that'd be an awesome match. But I'm a little biased to, even though he's Canadian, I'm American. We're still technically both North Americans, you know. So I have a little bias towards the Americans. I do like to watch Yoshi pull. He's always got great matches. Brian Jones says Sailor doesn't like Matt. Is it the hair? Is it the hair? Maybe it's the hair. Maybe that's what she doesn't like. She says, I hate him. It's probably the hair. But then she says, I actually hate him. Is it the accent? Maybe the accent? That's funny. But that is funny. Sailor says he's too intense for my taste. And Brian says he's called the wild horse. Sailor says, but that's okay. He's Brian's favorite. When I first started, he was one of my favorite too. When I first started arm wrestling, he was one of my favorite arm wrestlers to watch. But he's definitely got a style. He's definitely got a style. But on that note, I think we'll leave on a high note. You know, I think we'll leave on a high note. You know, I want to say thanks to everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And we'll see you next time. All right, thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.